This is episode 8 of On the Serendipitous Side, and I'm Ashley,
I'm Emily.
and we're just hoping to connect the readers with the authors that we absolutely love. Today, we are so pumped to have Lior Torenberg on. Her debut, Just Watch Me, just came out and is phenomenal. It has taken bookstore by storm, I swear. I have seen it everywhere.
Me too.
So we're so pumped to have you on. And if you want to just do like a little tiny intro, and then if you want to give us a reading, that would be awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that amazing intro, Ash. Yeah. So I've been writing my whole life and I've been writing books for the last 10 years. And this is very far from the first book I've written, but this is one I wrote during the depths of the pandemic to entertain myself. And I hope it entertains you. And I'm glad that it did. And I'm happy to read the opening scene.
Yes, that sounds
Awesome.
awesome.
Okay, cool. So as you two know, most of the book or a lot of it takes place over like instant message too. And I don't know how to read that. So I always end up reading the beginning before she starts streaming. It's just easier. But yeah, so that's the kind of the context. This is the bulk of the book is during her stream, but we are meeting her at work. A guy comes in, early 30s, with a suit on, good looking in a Listerine clean sort of way, a bit heavy on the hair product. I slip the apron around my neck and let the straps dangle around my ankles. Can I have the doctor clean green with almond butter instead of peanut butter? Sure, I say. Almond butter will be $3.50 extra. What? He says. Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding. I'm sorry. I was here yesterday and they did the swap for free, he says. And if I weren't on Nick's bad side, I'd gladly avoid charging. Give the customer something for free and they'll give you a bigger tip. I'm sorry, I say, trying to actually look at. Do you still want to substitute the almond butter? What's your problem? He says. $3.50 for a swap. I'm not even adding anything. That's insane. I hate this city. I want to laugh. I want to commiserate. It is insane, but so is paying nearly $20 for a smoothie to begin with. The livelihood of this store is predicated on the existence of this man who doesn't blink before spending my hourly salary on a 16-ounce beverage. Is your manager here? He calls behind me into the back room, which is empty. But then he takes out his phone, and I know exactly what he's doing. Online reviews are exclusively written by people like him. I'm no stranger to the low carb outrage of American psycho drones on their lunch breaks. I either give this guy what he wants and risk getting fired, or he leaves a bad review, and I'm definitely getting fired. Hey, I say, but he doesn't look up. Just keeps moving his fingers across his phone screen. I swear, every shift here takes a week off my life. Sir, I say, a little louder, a little more pissy, if I'm screwed either way, then there's no reason to put up with being treated like this by a man whose briefcase is worth more than my kidneys on the black market. Anger flashes across my front brain. It gains texture and heft. I blink hard, but it won't go away. The man's fingers keep typing. Hey, I yell. He looks up from his phone. I throw the jar of almond butter at him. Whatever, okay, just take it. He catches the jar in one hand and looks at me, his other thumb paused over his phone as I take off my apron and toss it to the ground. Want to get a drink? I ask. What? No. Fine, I say, and leave the store.
I love it.
So good.
Starts out with comes in hot, basically.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, starts with a rage quit.
Yeah.
Love it.
So it takes place, the novel takes place over 7 days. How did you land on that timeline?
So I knew that Dell would be live streaming, and I knew that the book would be in first person present tense, and I wanted to keep it kind of in real time as much as possible. And I just don't think she could keep this thing going for that long. So we're not gonna, I think it'd be too claustrophobic to stay with her over an extended period of time, but also she is doing escalating dares every day. So the kind of days that she would need to get her where I wanted her, which was the Carolina Reaper World Record competition, I think that those were the kind of the minimum amount of days I could do it with.
It was perfect. It was such a good amount of time, I thought. And the setting, as far as her, I guess you could call it apartment, that was so clear. How did you come up with such a clear living situation for her?
Yeah, I think that it's so funny because people ask me this, but not often people who live in New York City. And and that apartment exists. I saw the listing. I saw it back in like 2016, so it was a little cheaper, but it had no bathroom and it said in the description, 24-hour gym downstairs. And so these are real lettings listings, and they're illegal. Like I have lived in a studio that was chopped into 3 bedrooms, and that's just New York. And so I also worked in property management for 6 years, so I got to see a lot of the real estate market in the city, and it can get pretty ugly.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I can't imagine. I could not do that. That
Oof.
living in a dorm was enough for me.
It's rough. It's rough. And the fact that what she lives in is actually a carved out closet of her neighbor. I did add that detail. I just needed a way to get them together as friends.
It worked.
It worked. Yeah. I loved that. I loved their friendship. It was really nice, the
Thank
evolution
you.
throughout the story. So, what was your original inspiration for Just Watch Me?
I, yeah, I've been thinking about this a lot. I truly think that it was a result of me being cooped up and online. And websites like Twitch have been around for a while, but I wasn't aware of them. And I was just exploring parts of the internet that I hadn't known about before. So when I saw Twitch, and 99% of it is watching people play video games, which is a lot of fun. And my roommate and I would watch people play Sims on Twitch. But
Hmm.
there's also like 1% where it's called just chatting, and it is just that. It's chatting to the screen, whether someone's folding their laundry or cooking lunch. And there were some streamathons too. I think at the time it was in the news that someone had streamed for 28 days to raise money and raised a record amount of money through an attached Kickstarter. So I was fascinated by these dynamics and this idea that you never really know who someone is on the internet or what they're asking for. I mean, you can raise money on Kickstarter for medical treatment or for your spring break, and no one really knows you. So the opportunity of that and the potential, and also the personal dynamics. Like if you're streaming your everyday life, what are you getting out of that? And on the other end, the viewers, what are they getting out of that? So I was just asking myself all these questions.
That's interesting. And how long did it take you to write it?
This was a quicker book for me. I started it, I actually looked at the dates recently, and I want to say I started it in early 2021, like January,
Hmm.
and wrote a final draft in like November 2023.
Nice.
Finished it then. So about 2 years, 2.5 years, and then gave it to my agent. And we worked on it into 2024 and sold it in like June 2024. So that's fast for me. That's really fast.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
it's also funny to think about because now I'm touring it and it's 2026, and it's like every new release has been started 5 to 10 years ago. It's weird to think about.
It is such a different part of your life when you first started it, probably, than when you're touring with it.
100%.
That's so, because to me it's like I just like I remember finding out about it I think like last year and having it on my radar, but it's just so wild to think that it's been on your radar for years. That's crazy.
Yeah,
There's
and then like a period in that between, like let's say 2023 onward until really getting ready for pub where I'm working on something entirely different. So you do have to switch headspaces a lot, but it has been on my radar for sure.
so there's no romantic through line through the whole thing. Was that intentional? And if so, what made you decide to go that route?
Yeah, I don't know what you two think about this. Maybe you can tell me, but I just felt like the internet is so both explicitly and implicitly sexual. I mean, Dell is getting unsolicited nudes. People are telling her to take her top off. Like the internet is a disgusting place. And
Very.
I felt like any overt sexual or romantic plotline would have been overkill, like just too much. There's already so many undertones. And on the other hand, I just don't really see it for Dell and Lee.
Hmm.
I know I wrote
Yeah.
them, but like I don't see it. I mean, I think they would be awful together. What do you two think?
No,
I
I
agree.
agree.
Yeah. I feel like it would have taken away from aspects of the story. And we both liked it because, I mean, of course, there are absolutely stories that don't have a love interest of any sort, but they do seem to be more rare. And it
Yeah,
really allows you to focus on the other themes of the story, which I really liked a lot. So I thought it was
yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And intimacy at the same time between them, but as friendship.
Yep.
And I don't think that's explored enough, like in lit, especially right now. Maybe I'm just not reading the right stuff, but it feels super rare that it's, I mean, you nailed different plot points without having a love interest. And that just, I don't know, that's, I
Mhm.
would imagine is harder than throwing love in the mix, but I don't know.
To add tension in a relationship without having it be romantic. Obviously, her and her mom are not, they have a lot of tension and
Mhm.
it's not romantic. But yeah, I mean, I thought about it with Lee and I just wanted, I almost feel like it's heartbreaking if someone just has one friend and there's tension and what it feels like to just have one friend. And I'm glad that it came through. I really love Lee.
Me
And
too.
I want better for Lee, justice for Lee.
Me too.
Yeah.
Lee's awesome. Lee deserves goodness.
hmm
So, did you ever have any other working titles? And did Dell ever have a different like shtick? Was it ever not Peppers?
I had some pretty crazy titles. At a certain point, you kind of just have to change your font to Comic Sans and make yourself laugh and not take things that seriously. I I like to give fake titles while I'm writing so that I don't take things too seriously. But when I got into later drafts, I started playing around with plants and peppers. Like I had a few titles with the play on Reaper because Reaper is also like a Grim Reaper. And ultimately, I learned that it's better if it's her voice, not a symbol. Because I think Just Watch Me is in Dell's voice. It's like provocative and also a plea. Like she's also it's also you're asking, like, please watch me. So I think this was I'm glad that it was my idea, but I also learned like not to get too attached to titles because it was something that my agent and I were talking about a lot before submission. And I think whatever I came in with would not have had a good chance of making it out of that. So now I'm not using any working titles for my manuscripts.
Smart. No expectations.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
That is
it's a lot
smart.
about like commercial considerations too. And so I think the thing I took away from that most is that it has to be in the protagonist's voice, especially if it's something as voicey as Just Watch Me.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Definitely. Yeah.
hmm
So what was the research project like, especially regarding like competitions, peppers, things? You talked a little bit about researching with Twitch and everything, which is so interesting.
Yeah, and I that was always Dell's shtick, the peppers. It's something I do have personal experience with. I've been eating spicy food my whole life and hot peppers my whole life, and I love it. It's a big hobby of mine. And at risk of being like the pepper person, I also built an app with a friend that's on the App Store to rate and review hot sauces. It's called Hotties.
Hotties?
Yeah, Hotties
Super
hot
cool.
sauce. I love it. And I go to the New York City Hot Sauce Expo every year. I've been going since, I want to say like 2016. And I really missed it during the pandemic too, to be honest. It was canceled for 2 years. So I think that was also on my mind of like, how do I engage with this? And yeah, I know I keep saying I don't want to be the pepper person, but when I was thinking about what to have her do on her stream, I was also recognizing the popularity of shows like Hot Ones. Like people love to watch people in pain. And I think that Hot Sauce has gained a lot of popularity through that show. And there is an endurance sport aspect to it too. So I think Dell found out she was naturally good at it. And I didn't have to research that too much. I will say I've lived in London for the last 2 years and my tolerance is way down. So as part of the publicity, I've done some interviews while eating hot peppers and I got a reality check of like, okay, I'm out of practice. And the more so I did research on Twitch, like you said, and a lot of it on the stream chat, like how people are talking and
Interesting.
maybe, yeah, reacting to each other, but also never reacting exactly to what someone just said, just speaking obliquely to what the other person said. So really interesting rhythm there.
Kind of like people are just yelling out into the void, but it's a collective void. It's I my husband watches Twitch streams And your chats are so accurate.
Aw. What does he watch?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Uh, lately Pokemon,
Cool.
which
Love that.
I didn't realize that it was like back to that extent. But other than that, though, I don't even. They all kind of look the same to me.
Pokemon never left. That's great. I love that. And do you two like
Yeah.
spicy food?
I do.
I wish I did. I'm just not. I should. I'm Hispanic, so my family jokes that I'm like a failed Hispanic because I just can't. I have tummy troubles, so
hmm
it I just it's not for me. But the
Yeah.
that aspect of it that kind of leads me actually right into my next question because the gastro distress is spot on and it feels like something that's pretty new to the weird lit canon. What made you decide to bring that in for us?
It's so funny. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just really immature. I know there's a lot of bathroom scenes in there. I didn't write this with publication in mind. I think that's a gift of being a debut and knowing how that my aunt would be like, I'm bringing this to my book club and that my grandpa would want to read it. Like maybe I would have censored all the bathroom scenes a bit more. But yeah, she's in the bathroom a lot. I mean, it's hard. I'm gluten intolerant, and there was a while I didn't know. I would say I didn't know until 2020, actually. So I was someone who was like, okay, every time I eat, I'm going to get a stomach ache, bloated, painful. Like eating becomes a chore. Like I've been in that mindset and in that pain. I never had an ulcer, thankfully. But to add another layer of stress, like working with many threads at once, if you're eating hot peppers to raise money, what's something that could add a layer of tension that is exacerbating your stomach pain? So it did kind of organically evolve from the hot peppers and being able to put some of my tummy troubles in the book.
I
I
mean,
loved it.
peppers, yeah, peppers will, or spicy food definitely will upset your stomach. And it's so interesting to me. I read a lot about this in the past, but like certain spicy peppers really bother my stomach and certain ones don't. Do you find that
Mm.
like sometimes certain, like, so spicy Indian food doesn't bother my stomach because of the peppers and spices in it, but spicy Thai food really bothers my stomach, I've learned.
Interesting. And you've isolated it to like
Hmm.
the Thai chilies versus the other
Hmm.
chilies?
I think it has to be just like I love jalapenos and I still eat them, but they specifically really mess with my stomach. Yeah.
Do you know so around hot sauce and hot peppers, there really is like a gourmet community in the way that there is for wine or beer or anything else. And so if you were talking to someone who was making their own sauce, they might even talk about it like a marijuana connoisseur and be like, well, this one's going to give you a head high and this one's going to give you a body high and this one will affect this, or like this one will make your cheeks red, but this one will close your throat. And there really is that nuance to like which peppers you mix. So I imagine it's kind of like that too with your stomach
I bet you're
responding.
right. Yeah, that's so interesting. I've never even thought about it
Yeah.
like that, but I mean, it makes sense that it could be discussed that way, like weed.
Yeah. Or it's like wine. They'll be like, this is you hold this one in the front of your mouth and then you do this. Like it really gets to that level.
That's so
Wow.
interesting. I never knew. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you're staying away from Thai curries then.
Yeah, I just go like pad thai, keep it simple, just a few of the crushed red pepper flakes in there.
Still delicious.
So delicious. I love it. So one of the things that was really profound to me in the book was when Dell said that they don't care if I live or die as long as there is entertainment, discussing like the live stream and everything. And I was wondering if you feel like that mirrors social media today, the reality of it, or how you feel about that little idea.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily new. Like even if we're thinking about shows like Fear Factor, and I don't know when that started, or even if it's still on air, or even shows like Survivor. And is it really? Are you nodding yes?
I swear it is. Like
It just
a
came
new
back.
person hosts it now.
It
Yeah.
literally, I think in the last like month came
Yes.
back.
Wow. And what is it, like 30 something seasons?
So
I
many.
think they live together or something now. Like I think it's like a full reality. Maybe I
Wow.
dreamed it, but I'm almost positive they live together and then have to go do stuff.
It's like a
If
dating
not,
show
they should
now.
do that.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, I mean, I think that we've always, like humans have always been compelled to watch people pushing their bodies to extremes. And that's in sports too. That's in marathons. That's in like any kind of extreme exertion. And it's entertaining. And that says a lot about us as consumers too. And I was reading, there's a great newsletter about like internet sociology called Default Friend by Catherine D. And she was referencing this theory of like a new media theory called retrieval of the medieval, that social media is becoming, or like a medieval town square where you have executions and martyrs and spectacles and like suffering for a crowd. And like being anonymous online has brought us closer to this medieval mindset and away from polite society. So I think Dell understands that the algorithm doesn't care if she's okay. She's in the medieval town square, right? She wants attention. Um, and so what matters is that she's entertaining ultimately. So I do think that it's true of iron in it today. And I think it's evolving in different ways, but I think it's also always been true of what humans are attracted to, unfortunately.
You said that was called Default Friend?
Yeah,
Okay, I wrote it down because that I've got to read
Definitely am
that.
gonna read that. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's an
so
awesome
interesting.
Substack. Yeah.
Huh.
Mm.
So, without giving anything away, if you can, I'm so curious if the twist was always part of the novel or if that came while writing.
Yeah, I don't even really think of it as a twist, but I guess it is. I think that there's only one way the book can end. And I think that I always knew that that's the way the book would end, or that that's the kind of the truth behind the truth. It was really difficult while writing just because of who Adele is, which is someone who is so allergic to vulnerability. So when someone is like, when she's like, I think of her a bit like a wounded animal. Like if you're going to try to help them or hurt them, whatever, they're just going to bark and bite you. Like you can't come near without like a 10-foot pole. um so getting someone who's in that mental position to tell the reader something vulnerable, it was like so hard. So I guess I could only end up doing it by having her say what she would never do, or what she would never ever in a million years say or do, or kind of doing this kind of reverse confession.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I could get her to give an inch on her vulnerability.
That's so interesting you don't think of it as a twist because Em and I literally had a conversation about is calling it a twist the right way to go
Yeah,
about it. And we were
Yeah.
like, well, it felt, I mean, it just, yeah, I'm
it
trying
is
really
a
hard not to
twist.
spoil, but
No, it is. I think it is a twist. It's not like, I don't think it's like, oh, the whole book is different. But if I think the definition of a twist is that it recontextualizes what came before. So I guess so.
Yeah.
ooh, that's, yeah. And that is the perfect definition.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I guess it is a twist. I'm realizing this now.
I mean, you did it. Whatever you
Yeah.
call it, I'll go with it.
Exactly. Yeah. I
Well,
like
I hope you liked it.
yeah, I like hearing you say that about like the way that Dell approached it and like the reversal of it. There's a lot of a psychological depth to that, as there is to the entire situation, which is actually my next question was about grief. And when you first started writing Just Watch Me, did you know it would be such an integral part of the plot to the story?
So,
So impactful, I should say.
yeah. Well, I think that in thinking about what would motivate someone to go to these extremes, not only to live stream their life for 24 hours a day, but to put themselves in this level of pain, that they must need this level of pain to suppress something that is almost as big or even bigger. I think that she prefers to be in pain, whether it's stomach pain or eating hot peppers, because it helps her not think about real life. And she wants to be on this 24-hour stream so that she doesn't have to be alone with her thoughts for even 1 second. So I was thinking, what is something so big that if you allow yourself to think about it, it would just knock you over? And that is what Dell is holding at bay for this whole book by being distracted constantly. And So I think so. I think so. I mean, from the draft one, there was Dell's voice, there was the Peppers. So and the kind of the backstory and the context shifted a little bit, but there was always this dichotomy of uh kind of a jester and a martyr, like a sad clown,
Hmm.
where she is putting on this performance and like tap dancing, but she is crying. There's the grief and the humor in equal parts, I hope.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Which is
yeah.
lovely. And I think a very well loved thing by all of our friends who read it. The happy,
Oh,
sad balance and the contrast. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
special book. It really is. It's a really, really good book.
thank you, Emily.
So good. It is. I
That's
mean,
really
it
sweet.
was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do, because Dell is going to do some things that are really hard to justify. And really, you're like, damn, I don't know about this person. So I had to, there had to be grief and an equal measure to,
Hmm.
humanize her a bit.
Agreed. Definitely. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had said that this isn't technically your first book, just the first that's published. Did you play around with the like internet novel or like chat kind of, I guess, chat rooms really being included in any of your previous works?
No, but I've talked about this with a few people, so maybe you'll know it. And if you don't, we can move on. But did you ever read the like TTYL novels as a kid? Yeah.
Yes, I
I
love
love those
those.
books.
Really?
Did you read them, Emily?
No, I must have missed out on them. I can't even visualize what y'all are talking about.
Oh,
I think there's four of them.
I
No.
and I think they came out with a new one like not recently, but there's like a follow-up that
Okay.
I had just heard about. So,
So, like, what
I,
age range are they for?
YA?
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, list those.
I was probably like
Yeah.
11-ish,
Yeah, they're called
maybe.
TTYL,
So I was
TTFN.
like boozing it up when they came out. 'Cause if you were 11, I was 21.
Yeah.
But I love young adult. Like I read it now. I mean, I'm Ask Ash. Some of my favorite books and stuff are. So I mean, I'll go back and revisit it.
You
I'm
should.
so
I
curious
will.
how it would read now. I'm so curious. If you do, let me know.
I will.
Yeah, they're quick because they're all written as as specifically, I think AOL, like AIM instant messages.
Oh, that's
Yep.
fun. Yeah, that's good. That's really taking it back.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that on purpose, but I think it gave me permission to do that. And it's also such a relief to read a book where there's so much white space on a page. And so I wanted to play around with that form, but no, nothing else I wrote was in this internet novel genre. And it's the sixth manuscript I've written. So
Wow,
a lot of attempts and a lot of getting better over time.
that's awesome. Yeah, serious
Wow.
dedication.
Thank you. I hope so. I mean, I think I'm lucky also that I was able to enjoy that process. Like I wasn't when I was 19 writing a book, I wasn't thinking about getting it published. And when I did get to that point after my MFA of like, okay, I'm gonna earnestly try to get things published, it took away some joy, to be honest. And now I have and continue to try to protect that because I don't want to be. It does change things to think about an end reader.
Oh, I bet. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. So, are
Mhm.
there other genres that you have thought about wanting to explore in writing?
I think everything I've written so far has been in literary fiction.
Hmm.
The themes, the context, everything is quite different. The book I'm working on now is maybe more in the historical fiction realm,
Hmm.
and maybe that'll be the next book that comes out, maybe not. I might be a quantity person, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm also really curious about writing more horror. There's a little bit of
Ooh,
plant horror in here, a tiny bit of plant horror, and I love horror.
me too.
Uh, yeah, I write a horror movie review Substack. Um, it's like my favorite genre ever.
That's fun. You
Ooh.
write it?
Yeah.
You write one?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Please do.
It doesn't have my name attached to it, but it's not a secret.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
I love
And
watching horror flicks too.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think I look forward to writing more into that genre, or I'm incorporating elements of it. And there's so many movies and books out now that are not straight horror, but they incorporate like the substance, that they have a lot of elements of horror.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
feel like you do that really well too with
yeah.
yeah, I'm pumped now. I hope that it does end up getting worked in there.
Yeah,
So,
it's there's so much good stuff to play with. I think the tiny element in here is the plant horror, but it doesn't, other than the seed in her ear, it does not really go like take, it's not really super present in the plot.
Yeah, that part that was interesting. I like that.
so for your audiobook, I'm curious how much say you had in like how the chat room little sections were read and like the purposeful
Mhm.
typos. How did that translation process go with Kelsey?
Yeah, I'll answer any questions about audiobook process, any part of the process. It was all new to me, so I learned so much from it. But so at first I got six samples and I was supposed to like choose the ones that I liked and then maybe choose three. And then luckily I got Kelsey, who was my top choice. And she and I had some conversations, like you said. I loved that question because really I thought about it a ton. And what I was afraid of is that she would like do different voices for each stream chat person. And there's one stream chat person named MSRN, and then it's a string of like 15 numbers. So things like that, like are we going to read typos? Are you going to say smiley face if someone writes a smiley face? Are you going to read these strings? And we decided to just keep it as simple as possible,
Hmm.
one voice, because it all is being moderated through Dell's perspective, so they don't need different voices. They're not background, but they're not full characters either. So just yeah, we talked about ways to simplify it because I think it could get tiring to read it all kind of in that way. I definitely no typos out loud. I think that's impossible.
Yeah, the strings and numbers too. As I was
Yeah,
reading in my head, because I if I can, I try to do stuff in tandem with audio and print. And so that kind of stuff I don't know, I
right.
just end up picking up on and I was really curious. I didn't end up getting my hands on the audio in full, but I didn't know how that would go over and if that would be like a collaborative thing or if it's kind of like the narrator does with it what they please or so
It
that's
was
really interesting.
collaborative. Yeah, and she would send me questions once in a while over email so we were aligned and like if someone's username has a bunch of underscores in them, she's not going to say the underscores. And I have to be honest, I haven't listened to it either. I'm like I can't read or listen to it. It's too close.
Good.
Um,
I
yeah.
bought it. I bought it and listened to some of it just to listen to it at work the other day, and it was really good. Going from
Hmm.
reading it in print to listening to it, it translates super well. Like I never felt
Great.
like there was any bumps in the road where you're like, "Oh, what happened?" Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm. It
I
was
did I did the 5 minute sample. That's as much as I could take. But Kelsey sounded gorgeous. She has a wonderful voice.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah.
She killed it. She did a great
Hmm.
job. Yeah, absolutely. So, what authors have been most influential to you? Not just in writing, just watch me, but in life. What
Yeah.
authors are important to you?
I I read so broadly, but I think that the first author that I read that turned something on in my brain, like, oh, maybe I can do this, would be Lori Moore. Have you read any of her short stories?
Love her.
Ash
Yeah,
loves her. Yeah.
obsessed. What's your favorite, Ash, if you remember?
Oh God. Uh,
Not a quiz.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
butcher I always butcher the title, but it's Frog
Yeah,
Hospital
it's like Escape from
something.
the Frog Hospital.
Yeah, whatever one that I think that was my first of hers, and I just went on a rampage and barreled through like I think three or four different
Yeah.
things, like just over and over and over. I just loved it.
Who will run the Frog Hospital?
Yes,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
it's just so frank and so weird and it's just she could write a story about someone returning an overdue library book and you're sobbing by the end.
Oh,
But it's
I'll add it.
yeah,
I'm gonna read some of her stuff.
but the language is also very normal and unpretentious at the same time. So it's just very human and it was really inspiring to me, but I also love Lauren Groff and Anthony Doerr and Otessa Moshfegh and Melissa Broder and all these other amazing, amazing writers that I'll pick up everything they write.
Same, same.
Mhm.
We both love all of those authors you just named.
Have you read
Yeah.
So Sad Today by Melissa Broder?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, it's her nonfiction. It is wild.
Yeah,
So sad today.
yeah.
Okay, I'll pick it up. I think I'm taking a workshop with her in June, so I'll read it before so I can properly suck up to her.
Yes. I'm
Oh my
so
gosh.
excited about her new book coming out.
Do we know what it's about and what it's called?
Yes, it oh gosh, I'm gonna lose the name of it, but it is some partly set in a supermarket. And
Empty and Marvelous.
her aesthetic with it is like lots of like angels and like she's like got the whole vibe. You know how like Rachel Harrison or certain people when they're writing a certain book will like embrace that aesthetic. Melissa's been like posting all these like really specific images that go with it and stuff. But I do remember that the little blurb said it was something about being set in a supermarket. So
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says Empty and Marvelous, and it says it's about existential anxiety, angels, and Ralph's supermarket.
there you go. I remembered angels and supermarket. So I'm
Damn,
excited. I'm excited.
that mix of highbrow and lowbrow is so fun.
It's so fun. Yeah. She's good. She's so good.
I can't wait to read it too.
So, if you can recall any of them, what's one of your favorite pieces of writing advice that you've ever received?
And do you two write as well?
Oh no.
A lot of our listeners do, and we've gotten feedback
Mm,
that they love these questions. And I love hearing about it, but
yeah.
I am a reader. I am not a writer.
So whenever I think of this, two pieces come to mind that are not even advice. They're like warnings
Hmm.
that I didn't take. So I don't, and I'm not going to classify them. I'm not going to classify them as worst writing advice because they're not that either. But I had a professor say to me, if you are good at literally anything else, do the other thing. And he also said to me when I asked him for a recommendation letter for my MFA, just so you know, most people won't be writing 10 years later. And so those two things just brought out this stubbornness in me of like, oh, I'm going to lock in and do this forever. And I don't know, stubbornness has always been really motivating for me. Like I became a vegetarian when I was 8, and my uncle was like, oh, it's a phase. So I'm still a vegetarian at 30 now because of that.
I love it.
So I'm just really motivated by stubbornness. So I think yeah, if you are too, maybe have some people tell you not to do it. But real talk, this phrase, press on the bruise, I think about a lot because it's real, because it's ugly, because it hurts and feels good. Like if you are wincing while writing, you are writing the right things. And so that is real advice. Press on the bruise, write towards what hurts, not away from it. And that I had another professor who spent a lot of time in Japan, and she said over there they don't talk about whether a book is good or bad. They say, was it interesting or not interesting?
Oh,
And that just seems more helpful and less intimidating for
I
writing.
agree. I agree. Yeah.
Like that's the bar. Just write something interesting.
Yeah. I like that.
I
Me
hope you
too.
sent that professor a copy of Just Watch Me for his bookshelf.
I am gonna read in his classroom. He's a great professor, I'll be honest, but it's,
Oh,
maybe just more of like a cynical sense of humor.
Yeah.
Um,
okay. At least he was nice then. If he
Wonderful
said it
professor.
good, because
Maybe
at
he
first,
knew. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he like literally picked up on that's what you needed.
Yeah. What were you saying, Ash?
I don't remember now. It's okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
lost it.
no.
I'm sorry.
I I also think that some writers go through the ringer and come out a little cynical. Yeah, and MFA programs, there's a lot of pros and cons to them. So I also understand the more cynical side of it too. Me personally, though, the best way to make sure I do something forever is to tell me not to do it.
Light a fire. I like
Yeah.
it. So, if you're able to say, you kind of already have, but are you working on something right now then?
Yes, and I think it's already taken me a bit longer. I started it in 2023. And like I said, I don't necessarily know if it'll be the next book that comes out, but it is much more ambitious. with structure and multiple perspectives, like a longer timeline, obviously a longer timeline than 17. Just like over the course of years. Imagine it's like 8 days. I so I hope I can make it work. I think I will do my best, and maybe you see it in a couple years, but it's historical fiction, but I want it to still have some of that weirdness and heart of Just Watch Me for sure.
And Just Watch Me is so voicey. I love Dell and her, like, I guess, attitude, you could say. Well, if this ends up being your next one, would you say it's kind of still as voicey, or is it a turn from
Yeah.
this?
Is anyone as voicey as Dell? I'm like really struggling with this. I am. I'm really struggling with it because also, what is my voice? This is first person present tense, and I have the most obnoxious narrator of all. So what is Dell's voice in here and what's mine? I'm not sure. I think I just need to keep writing and see.
Hmm.
Um, but I think I will do my best. No, I think so. But they're not Dell, right?
Right.
So it'll be
Right.
a little quieter, a little more normal. Won't
Either
be
way,
like
we're here
cursing at
for it.
everyone.
Yeah. Kicking people off.
Yeah, can't block people in 1940s Europe.
That's fair. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work.
No, but I do want it to still be voicey in its own way. So I think for me it's like more of a craft question of what is my voice versus Dell's voice. What will be the common thread? Like transferring what I want to transfer, but I think a lot of the book will stay with this one.
There,
Hmm.
there isn't another Dell, so that's very fair.
Yeah.
For the best, for the best.
Probably. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her poor mom. I mean. So I know we talked a lot about authors and books already, but do you have anything that you've been reading lately that you would like to recommend, or any horror? Since you discussed horror, any horror that you like, any book recommendations?
So I just finished Rejection by Tony Tulatimudi.
Yeah,
Did you read it, Ash?
That is
I
one
read
of
it too. Yeah.
that's top five books of my entire life.
I have a lot to say about it. Did
It
you liked it then? Top five, huh?
I
I think
loved
it's
it.
top 20 for me for sure.
it's good. It's wild. I have to reread it.
It felt different for you?
It did. I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't like it. I didn't not like it, but all the people who I normally have like the exact same taste as, it was like a 10 out of 10 to them. And I enjoyed it. Did y'all do eyeball or audio?
Eyeball.
Eyeball.
I did audio. Maybe I should
Mhm.
eyeball it.
That because I
Yeah.
read that like the week it came out and have
Mm.
not shut up about it
Yeah,
since.
she
There,
loves it. She
I
brings it up constantly.
yeah, I'm obnoxious.
No, I
I
love
just
it. Yeah.
feel like the first two stories are good internet satire, like you're laughing, you're cringing. Then that third story that's basically a novella in the middle, you're like, what's going on? And by the end of it, I feel like the whole collection is elevated to this highly ambitious philosophical treatise
Very.
on internet culture. It just completely broke the book open in the story that I technically think I liked the least, but it was doing so much.
Yeah,
So
the
good.
the very end part, people either absolutely love or absolutely hate. And I personally loved it, but I could see how some people it's kind of like being a dead horse. But
Yeah, I think I would say the book felt like doom scrolling to me, but that's not complimentary. Like it felt good though.
Right.
I think he did exactly what he was trying to do. I love that collection.
they
Yeah.
had like Business Insider and like all of these super like some financial magazine was like, you've got to read this book. And I'm just sitting there going, did you guys read it? Because like, because yes, you do have to read it, but I don't know. Though it was everywhere, and it was so strange to me how many people
Hmm.
picked it up and loved it, even though it's
Truly
out there.
a diverse range of people read it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of books that I immediately go out and buy copies for other people, but I did that with this book. And you brought up horror, not a horror per se, but my imprint Avid Reader is putting out Murder Bimbo in a few weeks.
Oh,
And
yes. Yes.
yeah, I read an advanced copy because I had an event with Rebecca, and wow, so much fun. Like, love a book that plays with form, and I just feel like it is fantasy too for all, like, not okay, I won't say too much, but yeah, very much
Yeah.
what, I don't know, comforting too, but bleak in a good way. It was a really interesting book.
I'm
I loved
halfway
it.
through it. Ash has already read it, and
Yeah, I liked
it's
it.
so good so far. I love it. Yeah.
I love when you as a reader get a trick played on you, but then a few pages later you can laugh along and be in
Yes.
on it too.
Yes.
Yes. Because you
Yeah,
don't
so I would
feel left
recommend
out.
that.
Mm-hmm.
You're in on the joke with the author. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right. That is a fun experience. Yeah. I think people are gonna love it.
Me too.
definitely.
Hmm. I think it's a good
So,
book for right now.
yeah, yeah. That's the whole time I'm like, is meat neck? But I'll leave that alone. I personally, when I was reading Just Watch Me, I thought of Cleo from, why am I blanking?
Play nice.
Play Nice, Rachel Harrison's Play Nice. I thought of her a lot. I feel like they could probably be besties. Do you have any female main characters that you think Dell would either get along well with or not get along with at all?
I haven't read Play Nice. Can you tell me a little about it?
Take it away.
So it's very inspired by Amityville Horror.
Okay.
And it's about a character that Rachel intentionally wrote to be difficult to love, coming home and dealing with a familial situation. And it's her dad and her sister in the house. I don't know. I don't think I'm giving anything away to say like the house is
Okay.
its own demon. But
Nice.
really, Cleo is the thing that is. Honestly, a lot of people really did like people who didn't like the book said they didn't like it because of Cleo, but that was Rachel's intention, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. She said actually in an interview that like she was kind of trying to pull one over on us and be like, good luck. Like here's
Yeah.
somebody super unlikable. Have fun.
Okay, I will pick it up. I wrote down So Sad Today and Play Nice.
Yay.
I well, I think she would get along well with Margot from Margot's Got Money Troubles. Did
Oh,
you read that
yes.
one?
Yes. Yes. That was fun.
Yeah, I think kind of a cousin to my book, an older cousin.
I
I
agree,
Yeah,
actually.
I read it a bit later. I read it after we had sold it, and I had some deja vu moments. And they're very different books,
Hmm.
tonally, thematically, but I feel like Margot also has this perfect sense of persona and performance versus real life. And her dad is a
Yeah.
former pro wrestler who is all about persona and performance. So she is just, you see her manufacturing this online self and tweaking it and deciding how to get the outcome she wants. So I think her and Dell could have some good
Yeah, that's a great.
scheming sessions. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Great
I
book.
love it.
Yeah.
It's a fun book.
Very fun.
So, and you had said that you're on tour right now too. Do you
Hmm.
have like where can people find you next?
This will come out tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm in Boston right now. I have a reading on February 12th at the Bookshop of Needham. Come through. It's actually also, I think, the grand opening of the bookshop. So I'll be their first event. So it's a great way to support a local small
Yeah.
bookstore. And then I will be at Boston College, which on February 17th, and then reading again in New York on February 19th at the Lillian and Vernon Writers House, which with another debut, Stephen Fishbach, and a third debut as well. It's like an alumni reading, but it's open to the public. And you can go on my website. I'll be going to different cities throughout the year. So if you go to liortorenberg.com, I'm going to try to keep that events page up to date.
Awesome. We'll
Perfect.
Mhm.
And
we can add that into
Cool.
the description so people can get to it.
on Instagram, your handle is just your name, right?
Yeah,
I think
classic handle, first name, last name.
it's
Perfect.
the way to do
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, letting
It
us
was
chat with.
so nice.
So nice. This book is amazing, and it's really special that we got to chat with you here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
thank you so
Ash. Thanks,
much.
Em. It
Yeah,
was great.
absolutely.
Great to hang with you too. Of
Great to hang with you.
You,
Thank you for your awesome answers.
yeah.
course.
Bye, Lior.
Bye. See you later.
See you
Yeah.
later.